Thank you for coming today. Thank you, everybody, for coming to today's Tuesday, August 3rd meeting. May you please rise as the honor guard post the colors and lead us in the flag salute. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands over your heart and join me in stating our pledge of allegiance. Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order. Go. Ready? Four. One.
Thank you, everybody. City Clerk, can you take roll, please?
Yes, Mayor Ibarra,
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Davis,
Yes.
Councilmember Lopez,
Here.
Councilmember Larios,
Here.
Councilmember Merlo. You have a quorum.
Thank you, City Clerk. Do we have any changes to the agenda?
There are none.
May I have a motion to approve the agenda?
Move.
Is there a second?
I'll second. Motion by Mayor Pro Tem Davis, seconded by Councilmember Larios to approve the agenda. I'll call the roll. Mayor Ibarra,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Davis,
Yes.
Councilmember Lopez.
Yes.
Councilmember Larios.
Yes.
Councilmember Merlo. Motion carries.
Thank you. Now we'll take public comment from members of the audience. If you would like to provide a public comment through Zoom, please click the raise hand button. At this time, the public is encouraged to address the City Council on any matter that is within the subject matter jurisdiction of the City Council. The public will also be given a chance to comment on matters which are on the posted agenda during City Council deliberations on those specific matters. Are there any public comment at this time? Are there any public comment on Zoom?
No.
Thank you. We'll now go on to presentation item. Presentation item for agenda item number 1 is a proclamation commending and honoring Tapatio Food LLC on its 50th anniversary. I would like to ask Mr. Luis Saavedra Sr. and Luis Saavedra from Tapatio to join me. City Clerk Pope will read the proclamation.
It's a proclamation of the mayor and City Council of the City of Vernon commending and honoring Tapatio Foods LLC on its 50th anniversary. Whereas Tapatio Foods LLC was founded in March of 1971 by Mr. Jose Luis Saavedra Sr. and is known for producing Tapatio hot sauce, a staple in most American homes today. And whereas Tapatio was originally located in the neighboring city of Maywood, and in 1985, Mr. Saavedra Sr. moved their operations to an 8,500 square foot facility in Vernon. And whereas by 1996, Tapatio's growth and popularity necessitated the establishment of a larger custom-built 30,000 square foot facility that could accommodate the increasing demand for Tapatio hot sauce, the company's flagship product. And whereas the Saavedra family still runs the day-to-day operations of the company to this day, and a new generation of Saavedras remains committed to family tradition. And whereas Tapatio's business culture remains true to its founders' values and is one of shared responsibility, wherein the management and each employee plays a part in taking care of the customer, the business, and the community. And whereas Tapatio has been in the city of Vernon for over 36 years, during which time they have created countless jobs and supported the local economy and community. And whereas Tapatio exemplifies the Vernon means business motto with its extensive licensing portfolio and expansion in the city, today owning and operating manufacturing and warehousing facilities that comprise a combined 50,000 square feet. And whereas Tapatio has licensed and or developed a variety of popular products, including ramen noodle soups, beverage mixes, and snacks through partnerships with various national brands, including Frito-Lay, Big Sunflower Seeds, Colorado Premium Meats, and Starkist Tuna. And whereas Tapatio is an active partner of the community and supports local organizations, including Children's Hospital of Los Angeles, White Memorial Hospital, the Boys and Girls Club, and the Regional Food Bank. And whereas as a member of the Vernon Chamber of Commerce, Tapatio is committed to sustaining economic growth in the region. And whereas Tapatio Foods LLC is a true American success story, whose semi-centennial anniversary and many contributions to the local community during the past 50 years warrants recognition. Now, therefore, the mayor and the city council of the city of Vernon, on behalf of its employees, residents, and businesses, hereby commends and congratulates Tapatio Foods LLC on its 50th anniversary. This proclamation is being presented to Tapatio Foods LLC by the Honorable Mayor Melissa Ibarra for and on behalf of the City Council of the City of Vernon this third day of August, 2021.
Yes, thank you very much. I'll just say a few words on behalf of the Saavedra family. We're very honored. Thank you, Mayor Ibarra. Thank you, City Councilman, for this wonderful proclamation. It's a beautiful gift, and it's an honor for not only for Tapatio Foods, but for the Saavedra family. But just a few words. I think Vernon, the city of Vernon and Tapatio, we share a lot of values in which we're committed to our community, and we strive for excellence. And that's one thing we've noticed ever since we moved over here to the city of Vernon. We were first established our company in the city of Maywood, and then a city inspector approached my father, said, "You got to be in Vernon." So my dad made the move, and we noticed the immediate change in the business climate, in the business atmosphere. So I want to thank everyone and hope we can spend many, many, many more years here. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
We'll take a 2-minute break as city admin and clerk. Now we'll go on to agenda item number 2, city administration report. City Administrator Fandino will present the item.
Good morning, Honorable Mayor and City Council members. Receiving a certificate of occupancy is an important milestone for enterprise. It is the document that means that the building has passed inspection for building, electrical, plumbing, mechanical, fire prevention, and health inspectors, and can open their doors to conduct business. So next slide. As part of the city business appreciation and recognition program, each new business is presented with a framed certificate of occupancy to mark the milestone. Here we have the photos of city staff personally delivering the certificates of occupancy to a few of the businesses that recently moved to Vernon. On the left is Young Cho from Sky Ocean, an apparel distribution business with 2,000 22,745 square feet located in Alameda. Receiving the certificate of occupancy, Young Cho decided to open his business in Vernon because of our business-friendly attitude. On the right is Pete Liu receiving the certificate of occupancy for CPB Trading Company, a 54,000 square foot in general merchandise warehousing and distribution business for Exchange on Exchange Avenue. While presenting the certificates of occupancy, city staff provided points to contact the services offered by the city. Here on the left is Mr. Tony Shantobi of Labeltex receiving his certificate of occupancy for Labeltex Designs, and manufactures labels, buttons, and packaging for many different businesses and relocated here in Vernon recently. On the right, we have a representative from Pinky's Iron Doors LLC receiving their certificate located at Santa Fe Avenue. Pinky is a familiar family-owned business that specializes in custom wrought iron and steel doors. The city permitted a total of 12 new businesses last month. 6 are warehouses. The rest are a combination of manufacturing and office space. The city of Vernon welcomes these new businesses. Going on to VPU. VPU currently operates 2 different voltages classes for its distribution system. One is the 7 kV system, and the other is the 16 kV system. The 16 kV system is a higher capacity for feeding larger industrial customers and is more equipped for long-term growth. Also, due to the smaller conductor spacing and the cross arms on the poles, the 7 kV system is more susceptible to Mallard balloon outages and weather-related outages. As such, VPU has begun to transition to convert more of the distribution 16 kV and has allotted $5 million in the current capital improvement program for the conversion. One of the first projects on Fruitland Avenue from Soto Street to Santa Fe Avenue. The converted 16 kV circuit will serve a new circuit from Leona substation to pick up load on the west end of city. The project began in November 2020 and was completed in March 2021 for a total cost of $1 million. Over the next 2 years, Vernon Public Utilities will continue to convert projects with several planned within the southeast section of the city. The Vernon Public Utility owns and maintains all streetlights within the city's public right-of-way and has made the switch from high-pressure sodium HPS light fixtures to newer LED light fixtures. The LEDs are 30% more energy efficient and have a lifespan of 7 years longer than pressure sodium lights. Due to the price drop over the past few years, LED streetlights have become economically viable. LED provides a wider, more spread out footprint and therefore significantly increases visibility. To complete the transition of the remaining high pressure sodium lights, the new LEDs, VPU initiated an upgrade program as part of the capital improvement plan. The project began back in 2020 in July and was completed in April of 2021. At this time, the streetlights with the city have been converted to LED. The total cost of this project was $501,000, and the following slides have before and after pictures of the installations. So here's a night picture of the Atlantic Bridge looking southeast, and you can see the dull yellow tint from the high pressure sodium lights. These are the old lights. And that's the after. So you can see there's a significant difference with the LEDs. This is Downey Road looking north. This is the before picture. And now this is Downey Road looking north after with the LED lights. You like that, Bill? The American Public Gas Association, APGA, grants the award to an APGA member system that consistently operates at the highest safety levels, clearly establishing the system as an achiever of excellence in the field of safety management. I'm happy to announce that the Vernon Public Utility Gas Division is a 4-staff member, fierce team. Their accomplishments and admirable recognition garnered from APGA is well deserved. The VPU Gas Division was presented with this honor at the APGA annual conference on July 27, 2021. The city representative was in attendance to accept the award. So here to my left, I have the actual award that was given to the gas department. So
I'd like to call up the gas department personnel to come up.
you want to say anything? Are you sure?
Thanks, Carlos. I'd like to thank everyone who supported us regarding this award, including staff. Thank you very much in behalf of the gas division.
So with the success of last year's graduation parade during the peak of the COVID-19 pandemic, the city seized the opportunity to host an in-person graduation event this year, and the majority of the COVID-19 related restrictions were lifted on June 15th. On June 24th, the city welcomed graduates, Vernon Community Fund Scholarship recipients, and Vernon residents, all who have participated in the city's graduation summer kickoff, an event that was with free food from the Habit, raffle prizes, giveaways, and special gifts for student graduates. After a significant amount of time apart, it was great to see our community gather together to celebrate the summer long alongside these amazing students. The city also rolled out the mobile vaccination unit to offer convenient COVID-19 vaccination to attendees who were interested, using the community event as a vehicle to ensure vaccine accessibility. Photos of the event have been posted on the city's social media platform, and I have included some of the following slides as well. So here are some of the photos of the attendees of the graduation summer kickoff. And here's some more photos of the event. And then here's the last group of the kickoff event. All right, so National Night Out. It's a community outreach is an important to city leaders as connection with those who work and reside in the city is key to understanding the specific needs and priorities. The city will continue to plan events throughout 2021 that provide an opportunity to engage community members. The next event is happening tonight. National Night Out will take place at the City Hall lawn from 5 to 7 p.m. National Night Out is an annual event that promotes public safety, community partnerships to make neighborhoods safer, more caring places to live. The event serves to enhance the relationship between neighbors and law enforcement while bringing back a true sense of community. Furthermore, it provides a great opportunity to bring police and neighbors together under positive circumstances. Millions of neighbors take part in the National Night Out across thousands of communities from all 50 states, U.S. territories, and military bases worldwide in the first Tuesday in August. Please come out tonight to get to know your local police chief, Robert Sosa, and members of the Vernon Public Safety. Join the city for a special evening with backpack giveaways for school-aged Vernon residents, free dinner and desserts. Hot dogs and ice cream will be provided. Games and raffle prizes and activities include a large inflatable slide, dunk tank, for the new chief, potato sack races, and more giveaways. We look forward to seeing the community at the City Hall lawn tonight. And that concludes my report, Mayor.
Mayor,
you, Edmund.
if we could have the gas division come up and take a picture with the city council and their award.
Sure. Have they left already or are they still
they're here.
outside?
They're here. Okay. Maybe they're working. Okay, if they come back, we'll get a picture.
Sure. Are we okay to move on?
Yeah.
Okay, now we'll go on to agenda item number 3, the swearing in of Police Chief. City Clerk Pope will administer the oath of office to Police Chief Sosa.
Good morning. If you could please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Robert Souza,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
upon which I am about to enter
as City of Vernon Chief of Police.
as City of Vernon Chief of Police.
Congratulations.
I'd like to invite Chief Sosa's family to come up to affix his badge.
Just don't want to stand in front of you guys. So, good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here. I wrote a few things down, so it's just a page long. I apologize. So, thank you at first to the City Council, to Carlos, for entrusting in me to lead our department forward. It's an honor, and I'm very humbled. Thank you very much. I'd like to start off by acknowledging a few people in the room, obviously. They're here. They've came this long way. Our retired members of our police department that are here with us. I know Jerry Winiger is somewhere here, Lieutenant Winiger, Captain Mike Gilman, Chief Tolles, Chief Caeros, and you may recognize Chief Anthony Miranda. So thank you for coming. And anybody else that I may have missed that is retired Vernon, thank you for being here. It means a lot to me. Some of these gentlemen reached out to me the moment they found out I was appointed the next police chief and wanted to be here, didn't want to miss it. And that meant a lot to me. So thank you for being here. I would also like to thank the men and women of the Vernon Police Department for their support and for being here today. They are the people who do the heavy lifting each and every day. And they're the ones that make VPD who we are. As we enter a new chapter together, we will do so with empathy, professionalism, and pride. And with the understanding that there's more that unites all of us in this world than divides us. Your support here today means a lot to me, and I thank you. I'd also like to thank my cousin, he's gonna have to stand up, Frankie Nunes with the Buena Park Police Department. Frank knows that a lot of people say we look alike, but I think I'm taller than you by at least an inch, Frank, at least an inch. But Frankie was instrumental in me starting my career. Frankie may remember this. Frankie started his career with the Sierra Madre Police Department. And I remember telling him that I wanted to get into law enforcement. And he said, you got to come on a ride along with me. So I went on a ride along with Frankie in the 90s. We'll leave it at that. We won't say exactly the year. And I fell in love with it instantly. And Frankie guided me through the police academy and has been a big supporter of me. So Frankie, appreciate you being here. I'd also like to recognize Steve and Theo Miranda. They are best friends of our family. Not only do they support me, they support public safety, and they support my family, but more importantly, they love my family. So thank you for being here. I'd also like to thank my godmother, my godfather, my mother-in-law, and my
my son and daughter's boyfriend and girlfriend that are here too, Ariana and Anthony. Thank you very much for being here. This is a fraction of the size of my family. I had to tell people they couldn't come. If not, we'd need a much bigger room. So thank you for being here. To my parents, Joe and Lourdes, thank you for always supporting me and teaching me that through hard work, determination, and just following the golden rule, that anything is possible. And son of immigrant parents, congratulations to you also. All right, this is the tough part. To my wife and kids, can you please stand up and be recognized? You are my heroes. You know, when, and this is true for all of us in public safety, but when you choose to sacrifice or to choose to sacrifice for a cause greater than ourselves, it is a choice made not by the individual alone. It is made by those who support and love them. And behind every strong police officer, there's an even stronger family who stands by them, supports them, and loves them with all of their heart. So this is my team, my reason for being who I am, and I love them. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chief, and congratulations.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Chief Sosa. I believe our city administrator would like to say a few words as well.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I just want to say that when Chief Anthony Miranda came to me and said that he was going to be retiring, at first I was a little taken back by it and concerned. But then once I had discussions with him and we went through the process and I saw what a great leader you are, I have zero concerns. And I am so happy and so honored to have you as part of our team, as part of the City of Vernon team. And I know you're going to do great things here. And I'm so excited to go on this new venture with you. And I look forward to all the great things to come. I firmly believe this is the best police department in the United States. And you're going to be one great leader. Congratulations, Chief.
Thank you, everyone. At this time, we'll take a brief recess. The meeting will resume in 5 minutes. Thank you for being back in session. We'll reopen public comment. At this time, we'll take a second public comment from members of the audience. At this time, we encourage to address the city council on any matter that is within the subject matter jurisdiction of the city council. The public will also be given a chance to comment on matters which are on the proposed agenda during city council deliberation on those specific matters. If there's any public comment, please state your name and business affiliation, if any, and please limit your comment to 3 minutes.
Good morning. My name is Susie Ibarra. I am a resident. Good morning. My name is Susie Ibarra. I'm a resident, and I'm sorry that I thought public comment was right after the event, but I wanted to congratulate Chief Sosa for his new position and also thank the council that the decision they made to promote an in-house is probably the best thing you've ever done. They know Vernon. They don't have to figure out the people. They don't have to figure out the dangers. They know already, and I really appreciate that. And I also know that it must have been a hard decision because the police officers in Vernon, like you said, they're great. I mean, they've been taught how to interact with people. They build the community. They are community-based. Our families from way back, I remember my father-in-law pounding it in our head, always support the police. The police take care of us. So I do want to thank you for selecting Chief Sosa. Our city's unique, and you made a decision to put a substation in the village, which I really appreciate. So they're protected over there and we're protected over here. It's good to see that we're continually protected. So I just want to thank you all again for Chief Sosa and for continuing to make our city safe. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any further public comment on Zoom? None?
No.
Thank you. Now we'll go on to consent calendar. All matters listed on the consent calendar are to be approved with one motion. Items may be removed from consent calendar by any member of the council. Those items removed will be considered immediately after the consent calendar. Does council wish to pull any items from the consent calendar? Are there any public comment for the consent calendar? Are there any on Zoom?
No.
May I have a motion for consent calendar items number 4 through 10?
I move.
May I have a second?
I'll second. Motion by Mayor Pro Tem Davis, seconded by Councilmember Lopez to approve the consent calendar. Mayor Ibarra,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Davis.
Yes.
Councilmember Lopez.
Yes.
Councilmember Larios.
Yes.
Councilmember Merlo. Motion carries.
Thank you. May we have that door open since it's a public meeting? No, that's fine. Thank you. We'll now go on to new business. Agenda item number 11 is attorney service agreement with Duncan, Weinberg, Genzer, and Pembroke, PC. Public Utilities General Manager Alamu will present the report.
Thank you. Good morning. Morning, the Honorable Mayor and City Council. Vernon Public Utilities has an immediate need to enter into an agreement for specialized utility-related compliance and advisory legal services. The immediate part is because we do have a filing requirement with FERC coming up shortly. It's due November 1st, as we do every year, and the work, to put data together starts around August, September. And the compliance services are necessary for matters related to FERC energy, FERC related, meaning including but not limited to VBU's transmission revenue requirement, transmission revenue balancing account, which is just an adjustment to the transmission revenue requirement itself, and also in matters related to Vernon's participation as a transmission owner with the California Independent System Operator, which is the PTO status we hold today, to make our transmission assets available to the ISO. So ISO the California Independent Operator takes control of the operation of the transmission systems, and it makes it available to the broader California community. Currently, VP is evaluating whether or not to discontinue its PTO status. After I said, we are a participating transmission owner, we are in the midst of evaluating whether or not to remain a transmission owner. Why? Really, in reality, we don't have transmission systems. What we have is agreements from Edison and LA. We transferred those agreements, those contracts, to the ISO. So ISO can utilize our transmission agreements. In reality, LA controls the transmission assets. Edison controls the transmission assets. Vernon has no hand in it except for financial arrangements. We pay LA and Edison for those contracts, and we cover, for the cost of, those contracts from the ISO. And we kept whole like that. It's just more like a pass-through arrangement. Because of the historical arrangement that, we had those contracts, they needed to be turned over to the ISO. That's the whole intent of, being a transmission owner. So we're realizing that's not the best arrangement for Vernon at this point. Just, from what we can see today, by just focusing what's called a meter subsystem arrangement, which we are already. We are a mini control area in our, rides. By just being, focusing on, the meter subsystem arrangement, we can save in the terms of, $3 to $4 million a year by just changing that arrangement. So we have embarked on a task we're looking at, options, how to discontinue becoming a transmission owner, owner with the ISO, and just focusing on what's called a meter subsystem arrangement. For that, we need a specialized legal service. It's just like anything else. Legal services are, especially the energy sector, is very specialized legal service. And we have used outside legal counsel for the most, as far as I remember, since 2002. All of our filings with FERC have been with, by outside counsel, even if, when we had, full staff, internal city legal department, we used outside legal counsel. And specifically now, since we have to move very cautiously, without, we have to make sure we don't, run into an issue with FERC, the federal government. We don't, run into an issue with the California Independent System Operator, the ISO. We have to make sure we don't run into an issue with our existing contracts with Edison and LA. We need a specialized, highly trained legal counsel to do that. And what I'm presenting to you is that firm that have extensive background in doing that. And with that, also additional services will be, advising the utility on other upcoming regulatory matters, from the federal government, the California Public Utilities, or anything that involves the utility when it comes to energy matters. They will provide advisory services in that capacity as well. Way back in April 26, the city administrator authorized the issuance of the request for proposal to seek proposals from law firms or an attorney to provide specialized utility legal services on call basis. The RFP is distributed to 9 firms. I sent 5 emails directly, and staff help, and total 9 communications were made, to address contact firms when we thought would be interested and qualified. We got only 2 responses, and 2 of them, one was from the firm that was serving us up until now, and the second one was from a new firm. The panel was put together, including the city attorney at that point. And we came to a conclusion, Duncan, Winberg, Ginger, and Pembroke was, the most qualified firm to provide these services. That's not the, that is not the former firm. This is the new firm. So we'll be requesting to go, to approve a 3-year contract with this firm. And the fiscal impact for this 3-year term is, estimated to be around $606,000 over a 3-year term. Services will be tracked and billed each month. Any potential expense reimbursement owed to the firm pursuant to section 4.2. This has to do with travel expenses. That's what is mentioned here. And those expenses will be deducted from total not to exceed amount. And with that, I request your approval of the contract. Thank you.
Thank you. Does council have any technical questions for staff at this time? Go ahead.
Is it 606K per year over 3 years or 606 for all 3 years?
All 3 years.
Okay.
Are there any further questions? Are there any public comments for item number 11? May I have a motion for item 11?
I'll move.
May I have a second?
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Lopez, seconded by Mayor Pro Tem Davis, to approve and authorize the city administrator to execute an attorney services agreement with Duncan, Weinberg, Genzer, and Pembroke. Mayor Ibarra.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Lopez.
Yes.
Sorry,
No.
Mayor Pro Tem Davis.
Yes.
Councilmember Lopez.
Yes.
Councilmember Larios.
Yes.
Councilmember Merlo. Motion carries.
Thank you. We'll go on to agenda item number 12, amendment to the classification and compensation plan. Human Resource Director Earl will present the report.
Good morning, Mayor and members of the City Council. Staff is recommending approval of 2 new job descriptions and associated salary ranges for the classifications of Assistant to the City Administrator and Permit Technician Senior, and approval of a revised job description for Deputy Director of Health and Environmental Control. The establishment of the Assistant to the City Administrator classification will assist the City Administrator with planning and managing the overall department functions and support staff. In addition, the position will perform more complex and professional level work involved in the administration of the department. This new classification will replace the existing executive assistant to the city administrator. In the Public Works Department, the classification of permit technician senior is proposed. Currently, there are 2 permit technicians positions budgeted in the department, and there's a need to establish one of those existing positions at the senior level to assist in training and performing more complex functions associated with the department's permitting functions. Lastly, there's a revision to the classification of Deputy Director of Health and Environmental Control proposed, which clarifies the certifications required at the time of application versus required within a specified period of time of appointment. The proposed actions do not add to the total number of budgeted positions, and it's anticipated that the increased costs associated with establishing the 2 new classifications can be absorbed within the existing 21-22 department budgets, and these changes will also be incorporated into the mid-year budget review later this fiscal year. And I'm available for any questions you may have.
Thank you. Does council have any technical questions for staff at this time? Okay, are there any public comments? Are there any public comments on Zoom? May I have a motion for this item?
I'll move.
May I have a second? City Clerk?
Motion by Councilmember Lopez, seconded by Councilmember Merlo, to approve the new job descriptions and revised job description and adopt resolution number 2021-27, amending exhibits A and C of the classification and compensation plan to add 2 new classifications and associated salary ranges for the positions of Assistant to the City Administrator and Permit Technician Senior. Mayor Ibarra.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Davis.
Yes.
Councilmember Lopez.
Yes.
Councilmember Larios.
Yes.
Councilmember Merlo. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank
We'll now
you.
go on to oral report. City Administrator Fandino, do you have a report?
Yes, I do, Mayor. Southeast Los Angeles Regional Food Distribution, LA County Supervisor Hilda Solis is partnering with Vernon, the city of Maywood, and the LA Regional Food Bank to coordinate a drive-up food distribution this Friday, August 6th, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Southeast Rio Vista YMCA. At this convenient location where the city of Maywood meets the city of Vernon, the food distribution site will be accessible to Vernon residents and our neighboring community members as well. Overnight, no parking signs will be displayed alongside 52nd Place adjacent to Dunn Edwards Corporation Building. We will prepare the street for a closure on that date of the food distribution to allow for efficient traffic flow. We are pleased to do our part to make this event successful. Tonight will be the National Night Out. The city's hosting from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the City Hall lawn. This event provides a unique opportunity for public safety personnel to interface with the community on a personal level. Games, dinner, and dessert and raffles will be offered to attendees. Backpacks filled with supplies and provided to our Vernon school-age kids. And a dunk tank will be ready for Chief Sosa. Can't wait. It is perfect welcome for the Vernon's new chief. We hope to see you there. That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you. Are there any reports from council at this time? No, now we'll go into closed session for agenda items number 13 through 15. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day.